I wasn't frozen that day. Stayed with the politicians, shopping in the Anchorage Bay. Couldn't find what I wanted till the fourth store in the lane. Saw a glacier out the window, caught a memory to sustain. Frozen in Alaska with a jar of dirt, memories we captured in a world so curved. Frozen in Alaska with a heart so free, moments we gather in the land of the free.
Well, I'd say that was a success, considering I swam away from it. So, hi! Been a while. And yes, I did get a flying lesson. And I feel very confident in being able to keep the plane straight and steady. Just don't ask me to take off or land, just too many things to keep track of. Also, I've traveled to Alaska, the furthest I've ever traveled. And for this trip report, all I've got for you is ice. Ice, ice, and more ice. Oh, and this jar of dirt. Well, this is actually glacier silt. But silt, rock flour, dirt. Isn't it all the same thing? Well,
technically, rock flour or glacial flour consists of fine grained, silt-sized particles of rock generated by...
So the TLDR is when glaciers move, they grind against the rock and carry the fine dust, which can be used in organic farming practices. And what's the difference between glaciers and ice? Well, I guess the same difference as between ice and snow. It's that glaciers are comprised of snow that hasn't melted. It is ice that is made from compressed snow rather than water that has frozen. Because it is so often cold, the fallen snow doesn't have much time to melt before the next snowfall, and the next, just weighing down the layers. So, coming into Anchorage, I took the trolley tour.
Now, when the tide does come in, it fills up through the glacial sill, turning it from a solid state into a liquid state. Basically turning it into quicksand. And if you're stuck in that quicksand when the tide comes in, well, you're going to be washed away.
You got the gist that Alaska is the state of plains, as that is the best way to get around. Later went on Mahay's jet boat adventure up Devil's Canyon. Yeah, taking a jet boat up the Susitna River, seeing some sights like what little is left of the Curry mining town, how the Denali natives and trappers functioned in the wilderness, and straight into Class 5 whitewater rapids. Skilled driver keeping the boat steady as it slants into the oncoming waves. Then going down to Whittier to take the 26th Glacier cruise. Got to see a glacier wall and glaciers rolling down mountains. And some wildlife like porpoises, sea lions, and otters that were camera shy. There was also a humpback, but it kept its distance. Sea lions hung out on some ice chunks that had fallen off, but there were also man-made rafts for them. Then went on to the Denali flight scene. It is like sightseeing, but up in the air. Had a fly around the glacier-covered mountains, and then landed on, or in, one of them. Had a nice walk on the snow-covered crust snow, but got to be careful as one moment it may seem stable, and the next it just swallows your foot. Also saw these pools of blue. After attending a Juneteenth celebration, I walked on some more ice, this time the Matanuska Glacier Tour. This glacier was pretty much the start of the Matanuska River. It was nice seeing all the different formations of ice and rock. Some of it looked like jewelry. There was also some crushed ice that had rejoined, and deep crevices of blue. How deep, you ask? Well, it may not look very deep, but throw something in, count how many seconds before the bubbles surface, and you realize it's gone for good. The glaciers do melt at times and carve out snaking paths, and also drill deep moulins.
I brought a spare.
No, not to worry. It is French. It is spelled with an U and an A. There was a pretty large one, but unfortunately I could not film it. Because in order to get a good look, I had to hang onto the guide with both hands and lean over to see it. And yes, have to have a guide. They know where it is safe to step, so follow in their footsteps. Oh, and glaciers are the best source of fresh water. You just drill a hole deep enough and just fill it up. Then went to see some more ice, which was the start of the Knik River. The journey started with taking a military truck along a dirt road and across a stream. Then taking a small motorboat to view the glaciers. Had a stopover on an island that had a nice view of the glaciers. Oh, and fished out this nice, big diamond. Very nice and clear. Oh, and some planes flew over at a very low altitude. I tell you, after riding on that military truck, I have some increased sympathy for the army. At least these benches had cushions on them. They got nothing. So yeah, I've been around. But that hardly makes up for my lack of uploads. Really, I've been mostly unmotivated to do so much. But I've also kept busy in helping others with their projects. But my mood sours the more I learn about the outside world. I mean, there's a war going on almost next door to me. And there are wars on the internet as well. Some are wars over things that one is guilty of oneself, but never / refuse to realize it. Oh, and you may have noticed how this video is marked. Although, considering how one of the points is described, any computer-generated imagery that looks pretty realistic could fall under that criteria. For example, Kane Pixel's Backroom series. And heck, this clone right here is an AI product. No, actually, you are an AI, but you were built by a human. Well, actually, we were built by a machine based on the blueprints drawn by a human. But wait, if a human creates one, and that one creates another one, wouldn't that be an AI product of an AI? But there was still a human element at the start of it all that gave us soul. What would contain all ties to human ends when the AI thinks truly self-informed self? Actually,